Okay guys, so this is the next map on the list, which is Village. It's also a new map. So for the survival and like markman rounds, you want to have all people here. This is a good spot, and they're gonna spawn down there. So probably the M14 or a Missouri, the sniper would be probably better here due to the long range. And they're gonna come from there. Maybe if you don't kill them fast enough, they're gonna get through here and then try to climb to shoot you, but you have enough time to kill them. You can also throw grenades and all that. You can also kind of separate more the positions. You can have one guy there, two people there, and the last guy can stay like somewhere here, shooting there, or even here. So it kind of separates a bit. Now if you have two people here on the roof, they might start spawning down there, which is another spawn. And in this case you can also watch from here. They spawn right behind the wall there, and as soon as they turn you can shoot them from here. So that's the best position because you can watch both sides of the map. And you can also watch this back spawn from here. You can actually see them dropping and all that. You just shoot them. Now I haven't tried like the triangle with 3 different positions, but I'm pretty sure one guy can actually stay like somewhere here and actually watch them drop there. Like maybe here or something. I'm not sure if here is too far. Probably it's too far, but mainly you just want to have 3 people there on the house behind there for the survival and markman. With the sniper, any weapon would do, but with the sniper I think it's probably better due to the range. Now for the treasure round, it starts here. Like there's treasures on this side, and the second wave the treasures are on that side. So I recommend you start here, and because like I said on previous maps, you want to grab the treasures that are most exposed first. So like there's a treasure down this rope, so you want to grab those. There's some inside, but try to focus on the ones that are most exposed first before all the enemies surround here the area. Because if you try to grab the ones that are exposed after they have already surrounded the area, you're pretty much gonna die. It's really hard. And after that it transitions to this side of the map, to the second wave. There's treasures there, and the rope, this rope as well, and all the way in the back there too. Now for the siege, there are 3 sieges. There is a siege here on the bottom level, just like it was on Uncharted 3. And the best you can do is really have a few mines over here, because they're gonna come from up there. Some of them may come from here, and towards the end some of them may come from the back as well. So you could even have like 2 people watching here and 1 guy watching the back, or something like that. The next siege is over there, inside that house. And this is pretty straightforward. They only come from the wall or from here behind, so you can just have everyone like watching here. And you can also do is stay up here, which is also still part of the siege. You can stay like from the outside here, and it's also a very safe position in case it gets really crowded down there. You can climb here and maybe throw grenades or something just to be safe. Maybe regenerate your health and then go back down to the action. But just keep in mind they can also climb this, even though it's a slide. They can actually, you can't, but they can climb. And so you gotta be a little careful, because they might just climb here and they're like in your face already. So make sure you're watching down here as well when doing this. And yeah, the third location for the siege It's over there on the up there in the house. And this is also kind of straightforward. There's really only two like directions you need to focus on, which is down here, and they start. This is the main one. They spawn like all the way down there, so you can have maybe 2 people here and 1 guy watching below there. And you can have mines here to keep them off. You can also have mines here in case they climb, to make it easier for you. You can use Asgard if you're about to die, all that kind of stuff, Eldorado. And yeah, this is pretty much for this map, Village, which is the new one. The main position is behind there. That's all you need to know, really. Now let's move to the next map. Okay guys, so this is the next map on the list, which is Prison. Now this is not a new map, so for the survival and marksman rounds, there's something you can do. I mean, just like to play around if you want. You can have like 1 person up here, or even down here if you want, and they spawn like across the tower there. You can also have another person. Oh, by the way, there's a siege there, one of the locations, so you can have mines like all the way here, so they don't come to you. You can have a few people on the tower, which can watch both of these sides from the left and also the same side from the right. And you can have 2 people or 1 people below the tower watching the guys that come from inside here, and they go straight to you. So that's one of the sieges. And like I was saying, for survival, you can also, there's a position that works here. You can stay here and they spawn like in front of you there. You can see them drop. And you could even have the their guide somewhere around here in case they spawn, because there's a spawn there and there is a spawn on that side. So by having 1 guy, if you're like here, you will probably block and you can just watch that spawn. They're gonna climb from there, and the same thing applies on the other side. If you stay there, they're gonna climb the stairs and come to you. And let me just show you quickly the triangle, which is, in case you want to try that. 1 guy stays here, and they're going to spawn like over there next to the wall. You have a clear shot at them. The second position, the second teammate, guy on the team, he can stay next to this thing here, and they drop right there in front of you. And finally, the last one, the 3rd guy, he can stay over here, and they drop in front of you there as well. You can throw grenades and all that. Now, for all the people together, it's best to stay here. The whole team here, the 3 people. I like to stay kind of like here, and you can watch them. They climb from there, or they come from there. So pretty easy. You can also take cover on the wall here, or even you can also stay up here for extra safety, because then they have to climb to get to you. Or you can also even stay here if you want. Throw grenades and all that. This map is pretty easy. And remember, you can always use mines and stuff in front of you to keep them off. Now the treasure is just like the normal map. I mean, the first wave is all over here. There's treasures in the tower down here, the other side, and the second wave is over there. Now let me just give you the small little tricks things. Now there's treasures over here on this hole. It might seem like you have to drop down to grab them, but you don't. If you just reach the edge here, he's going to grab the treasure that's floating here, and you don't have to actually drop down there, and you can keep grabbing the other ones here. Same thing goes, there's a treasure right here, floating. It makes it seem like you have to jump, but you don't. Because this actually wastes a lot of time if you jump. If you just go to the edge, he will grab it. And you can continue over here. The same thing applies, there's a treasure floating there. If you jump from like this, if you vault over, like this, he will grab the treasure that's here, and you don't have to also do this. Now for the other way around doesn't work. If you vault over here, he's not going to grab the treasure that's floating here. So it's always best that you come from this side, faster I mean. And you just do this and he'll grab the treasure that's floating there. You can go to the edge and go back. And yeah, for this side, these are the little tricks thing. If you don't know, this is gonna help you. And for this side, I like to, there's a treasure floating right here. What I like to do is use the rope here, and you can just jump like this. This will grab the treasure that's floating here, and you can just use the swing. You wait until you're about this height, and then you jump. It leaves you on top of the tower. There's some treasures here as well. From here, you can grab the treasures here on this rope, and then you just drop down. There's a treasure there as well, so that's the fastest way to grab these ones. And yeah, as far as little tricks thing, these are the ones you should know for the treasure in this map. Now survival markman already covered. Now the last two sieges, I already told you the first siege is that over there. The second siege is here. Usually the final wave is here, the wave 10, which is the hardest one. They come from all over the place, like over there, over there, over there. It can get pretty hot, pretty hectic. You can also have mines over here. You can have on the doorways, the mines there. And some mines here to cover when they come, keep them off. But mainly they come from here, from the front there. And from inside the little house there. And finally, the third siege, it is right there in front of me. And they usually come mostly from down there. You can kill them from here. They might start coming from the stairs there, and also from the back. You can have mines here, mines there. And here, you can also have mines if you want, but usually they don't really rush you. Whereas here, they just kind of stay in cover here and keep shooting you. So maybe mines are not really that needed for this side. This is what they usually do. They take cover and shoot you from here. The other ones are really the ones that push you more. The other sides. And yeah, this is pretty much for this map. And yeah, again, I said this before, but the mirror round, you want to play it the same way you would play, like, you know, the survival round. Go to the same spot. It's just going to be everything inverted, but you want to go to the same spot. And yeah, let's go to the next map. I think it's almost the last one. Okay guys, so this is almost the last map. This is the second to last on the list. Just train wreck. And there's, okay guys, so these are the sieges for the train wreck. The first siege is over here, like all the way over there. You can stay like on top here. They usually come from there and also from the middle. If you stay up top here, it still counts the kills. So here you have a clear shot on anyone that's coming from there. And yeah, you might have some mines maybe there to cover you. But over here, you can get a clear shot if you're up there. You can see almost the entire map. And the second siege now is just the normal one, same on the stars, which is right here. And they come from there, and later they start coming from behind. Best thing you can really do is just stay here. And if they come from behind, you take cover here, because if you're here, the box is still covering your back. from the other side. Sometimes they may climb as well towards the end, so if you want to have some mines here or mines there, mines keeping them from coming from there as well. And lastly, the final siege is over here next to this tank thing, and it goes pretty much all the way over here to the other side. You can also stay on top and it still counts the kills. You can see the whole map pretty much. And yeah, you can have some mines maybe here and mines there in case you need to like back out for a bit and regenerate your health, and let the mines cover you while you're at it, and then just pop out and shoot them and just replace the mine. And yeah, these are the sieges for Trainwreck. Now there's a treasure round. There's treasures on the first wave which are like all over there, and there's also some treasures up here. Oh, just know you can climb. If you don't know, you can use these boxes to climb up here without having to like go all the way down here and climb over here and then jump the window. And you can also get up there through here. You jump here and you're at the top as well. And also this box also works. There's actually a treasure kind of up there. You can grab it from this side. Now the second wave spawns all over there. You don't have to use the rope. There's treasures like all over here, over there as well. That's the second wave of treasures. And again, remember to pick up the ones that are most exposed first, and leave the ones that are like inside or very well covered for later. That will help you in not dying. You can have the gym as well, the mystical. Now for the survival rounds, this also plays just like the normal map on the stars. When doing the stars, you just want to have 3 people here towards behind this box. At least that's your limit, which is the box. Anything behind this will work, and they're gonna come from there. You can throw grenades, you can have mines if you want all over here, and you can also shoot them. Or you can do the triangle, which I'll show you, which is one person has to stay up here, which I actually developed this strategy myself. So you want to have a person here almost towards the edge, and they're gonna spawn either there or here. If you have a mine there, you make sure that they don't spawn. You mean, because the mine blocks the spawn. So if you have a mine there, you know for sure they're only gonna come from there. If you don't, they might, just might, it's not really that, I mean, consistent, but they might just once or twice come from down there, but mainly from up there. And the second position is over here, anywhere over here pretty much, until like about here. Anywhere from here all the way to the back there. If you want, you can stay up here. You can even stay up here, and they're gonna drop right there in front of you. You can throw grenades. If you want, you can have mines. If they rush you, take cover here. You know, because the more you push forward over here, the more they're going to spawn on that side to the guy that's on top of the thing there. And the more you stay back, the less he's going to get. He still gets a few, but not as much if you're staying all the way to the front here. So ideally, you really want to stay like behind this thing over here. And if you're a bit overwhelmed, you can just rush forward a bit like this, and this will make them spawn over there more, which is gonna alleviate for you a bit here. And finally, the third position and final position, it's when the guy is right here next to this box. You can shoot from there, you can throw grenades. They literally just gonna drop right there in front of you. You can stay here, take cover, do the wall trick. And yeah, that's the sieges, the treasure, and the survival round for and markman round for this map. So let's get to the final map on the list.
Allow me to lead you to certain victory.
Okay guys, so this is the last map on the list finally. Now you know everything, which is Treasury, I think is the name for this map. Okay, so for the survival and markman, the best spot you can stay, I mean, which I like to do, you can have all 3 people here, which is next to this thing, this cover, and they come right through the doorway. That they spawn to the left up there, and they come through the doorway. It's an easy shot. They almost come one by one. You can also throw grenades if you want. You can have mines all over here. It's gonna keep them off as well. And this is for survival and markman. It's pretty fast too. Just stay here and keep shooting. You can stay on this side. You can stay over there too, if you want. So you go over here. Okay, guys. So this is the treasures for the Treasury map on the arena. They start over here. This is the first wave of the treasures. I'm not sure, but I think there's maybe a few on the rope here, crossing the sides. And over here, there's a bunch of treasures. You gotta pick that up. It goes all the way over there, next to the door. There's a bunch of treasures here as well. And after you cap these ones, the second wave of treasures, it's all the way over here, like towards the middle side of the map. There's like treasures here you have to climb, and really it's all over there. The treasures like all over here, like behind there, over there, and here in the middle. There's a few treasures that stay like around this little lightning thing, and the way you get them, you have to use the rope, and you have to like climb a bit, and once you're at the same height, you just do like a circle like this. If you just do a circle, you pick up all of them like instantly. It's a lot better than like going forward, picking up one, then going back, then picking up the others. It's a lot slower than you just do this little circle like this. You just pick up all of them at once. Yeah, that's the treasure. Now the sieges. There is a siege over here in this house. I'm pretty sure they start coming from there at first, and then they start coming from there, or it's the opposite. Either way, I mean, you have a clear shot on both, and it's pretty easy. I mean, you can have some mines here because they have to use the rope to get to you. Same thing over here. If you have some mines, as soon as they use the rope, they get to land in the mine and blow up. Pretty easy. Now the another siege, let's just call it the second siege. It's over here towards this. Yeah, and they come from like over there, and eventually they may come one or two or three from your back. So you gotta watch. If you have some mines there, you're covered, and you can like stay shooting from here. It's probably better than staying on this because you have not a very good line of sight from here. Up here you can just see everything, including the back. So yeah, I would just recommend you stay up here on the second floor shooting. And the third and final siege, it's actually over here. It's towards the fountain thing there. That's the third and final one, variation of the siege. And I guess really you can just stay inside like this. You can also stay outside and then just kind of circle around, depending on where they're coming from. And they kind of come from those sides at first, and they may start coming from the back later, from behind. I mean, I guess you can have some mines here if you want, a few, and also a few covering the door here and that door, and you're pretty much safe. No one is coming from there, so even if you need to like regenerate your health or something, or you're just pressured, you can go back here, take a minute, and then go back inside to shoot. And yeah, those are the 3 sieges and the treasure for Treasury map.